Spring is almost here, and Solle is marching forward with fun new promotions, exciting new events, and more. We have all the details next on Inside Solle. Good evening and hello from very cold Utah. Hopefully the weather is a little bit warmer where you are. But welcome to Inside Solle. I'm Lon Hudman, Vice President of Events and Marketing at Solle Naturals, and I'm excited to have you here. This is the March edition of Inside Solle. And I want to begin by welcoming all of my friends, all of the Solle family. I've seen many of you already chat into the chat box. So if you haven't done so, go ahead and chat in because we're going to have a little contest to begin tonight's program. So let me see. We have Dora and Jody and Alvaro, Olga, Denise, Pamela, Debbie, Tamara, Maria, Ashley, Christy, Marcella. Welcome everybody to Inside Solle. And I know you come on here because you're counting on me providing a dad joke. I know that's really what you're waiting for. And I'm not going to let you down. Because, you know, speaking of counting, I once broke up with a girl who was obsessed with counting. And I wonder what she's up to these days. All right, so there you go. Right off the bat, we get a dad joke. Now, I told you we're going to have a contest. All right, here's the contest. I told you it's cold in Utah. It is actually 37 degrees right now in Pleasant Grove, Utah. We're supposed to be playing baseball today, and instead, we had snow and 37 degrees. So, I have prizes for the person who will chat in the warmest temperature where they are and the person who will chat in the coldest temperature where they are. So I want you to chat in, be honest, what is the current temperature where you are? I have a prize for the warmest and I have a prize for the coldest. So on either side of the spectrum, you can win a prize. Let's see what we got. Okay, Dora says it's 104 degrees. Andrea says it's 36 degrees in Ohio. Can anybody beat 36 degrees? Oh, Paige says it's 32 degrees. Let's see. I don't think anyone's going to beat 106 degrees or 104 degrees. That's pretty warm. I don't know where you are, Dora, but that's warm. Let's see. 68 degrees, 44 degrees. Ashley says it's 17 degrees. Where are you at, Ashley? 17 degrees. Also, let me know where you're currently residing so I can say where the temperature's coming from. Jody says 54. We have a 70, 61, 26, 36, I think 17. Yeah, I agree with you, Christy. Where is it 104 degrees? That's where I want to be. Well, that might be a little hot, but I'd take that over 37. South Dakota she is. Okay, who's in South Dakota? Is that Ashley? 17 degrees. Is that coming from South Dakota? 45 in Houston, Maria says, but it feels colder. Yeah, it's probably humid and cold. Carla says it's 40 degrees in East Texas. That's not much warmer than we are here. All right, so I'm gonna pronounce the winners. Oh, Dora says right now, sorry, it feels like 104 degrees coming from my heater. Well, what is the real temperature? I couldn't believe you were actually someplace that was 104 degrees. All right, 74 in La Quinta, California. Did we have anything warmer than 74? I don't think so. Dora was just saying it was 104. So, let's see. I'm going to go with, because you kind of threw us off, Dora, I'm going to go with Tamara Cole saying it's 74 degrees in La Quinta, California. And because it is so warm, I'm going to send you a Solle water bottle. You need to hydrate in that kind of a temperature. And Ashley, who is struggling in 17 degrees, I'm going to send you a Solle beanie. So congratulations to our hottest and coldest Solle location winners. All right, so I have a bunch of announcements tonight for our Inside Solle program. I want to start reminding everyone that we have the Share the Wealth program that we just introduced a few weeks ago. Hopefully everyone is taking advantage of this incredible program. The subtitle for Share the Wealth is Give 10, Get 10. Here's how the program works. If you're new and you place your first order to become a member, and then you get your referral code, okay, If you're an existing member, you go to your account to find out what your referral code is. So that's how you, whether you're a new or whether you're an existing member, that's how you get your referral code. Then you share that referral code with a friend, and they apply that to their first order. Anyone that uses the code saves $10 on their first order. Now, there is a minimum of $35 that has to be spent on that initial order. And if you are the person that has referred them, you also get $10 in Soul rewards added to your account for your next purchase. So, who has been using our Share the Wealth program? Chat in. I want to see who has been taking advantage of this great program. We've seen a huge bump in our new enrollment, so I know somebody's out there using it. Olga says, Christina says, I love this. Dora says, I already used it. Sent one to her friend. Maria says, I have. Lisa Blake is still going on the temperature. She's at 73 in North California. Beautiful and a slight breeze, so it feels like 65. I agree. You know, it can seem a lot colder in Northern California. In fact, what's the saying? The coldest winter I ever spent was summer in San Francisco. I think that's how the saying goes. All right, Carla says she's used the Share the Wealth program, me, for the first time today. Congratulations, Carla, and congratulations to everybody who's using the Share the Wealth program. All right, next thing I want to make an announcement of. Hopefully, many of you got the notification saying that they were going to announce the new specialty item because it is March 8th. And the 8th of every month, we're going to have a brand new specialty item. And so if you were on either Facebook or Instagram, you got notified that they were going to do a live announcement of the new specialty item. And the new specialty items are 4 new herb stickers or adaptogen stickers. And we have nopal, maca, marl root, and ashwagandha, and they correspond with the 4 signature drinks. And so the way you get the sticker is you order one of the signature drinks or the corresponding signature drink. If you want the maca sticker, you have to purchase Soul Excel. If you want nopal, it's Cinnamate. If it's ashwagandha, it's Soul Vital. And renew, you want the marl root. And so this applies to any purchase, whether you're talking about the 30 count box or you're talking about the 100 count box. It does not apply though to products that are purchased in a package. Okay, so you have to buy them one at a time in order to collect all 4 of our specialty items. And I've been told you're going to want to do this early because there is a limited quantity of these custom made adaptogen stickers, and they're going to go fast. So if you want to collect them, you want to get these stickers that you can put on anything. You can put them on your computer, on your refrigerator, on your iPhone, computer, iPad. They're great. And they're very, very cute and attractive. And you can see the picture there that Carly put together. And I know both Carly and Hope announced this live today. Hopefully you heard that. If not, now you know. So take advantage of it. Buy the specialty drinks. Get the stickers to go along with it. All right. Next thing I want to announce is that there will be a new podcast. Hopefully you listened to the first edition of the Your Body, Your Mind, Your Life podcast, where I interviewed my daughter, actually, Kayla Potter, and we talked about resetting your metabolism and how metabolism changes as you age. Now, the next edition of the Your Body, Your Mind, Your Life broadcast, we actually recorded yesterday, and it will be available on both Apple Podcasts. It will be on all the different podcast venues. And this time, we interviewed Dr. Alison, and the topic was how you can help children recover from a crisis. And we talked a little bit about helping kids recover. Now that we've kind of gone through the pandemic and we seem to be at the tail end of that, how do you notice when a kid is maybe suffering still and experiencing some effects of going through such a traumatic experience? Maybe they've suffered in their development. And how do you notice those signs? And then what can you do about it? And also how you can help kids be prepared or be strengthened so that they can better adapt or survive a traumatic experience or some kind of a crisis. So that's the podcast. Again, it's Your Body, Your Mind, Your Life. Dr. Allison does a great job, gives you great information, and it will be available on Thursday. So look for that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcasts. And speaking of Dr. Alison, I have a new segment tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun. I have invited Dr. Alison to join us live for a new Ask Alison segment. So I want you to start thinking of questions that you have for Dr. Alison Caldwell-Andrews, and I want you to chat them in. And this is your opportunity to ask Alison anything, whether it's about mental health, emotional health, anything dealing with clinical psychology, or dealing with herbal formulations. You know, she's a certified herbalist, nutritional herbalist. So now's your chance. If you want to ask Dr. Alison a question, go ahead and chat it in. And I had a question for you, Alison. Are you there, Alison?
I'm here.
All right. Welcome. So what's the weather like in Virginia?
We have blossoms on the trees.
You have blossoms on the trees. Wow, I am jealous. I am jealous because we don't have anything like that. We have snow on the trees in Utah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it makes me sad. All right, so here's my question. I'm going to start out with my question for you, Dr. Alison. I know this question can be anything, right? We did not prepare you in advance.
That's
correct?
Right.
All right, so here's my question. Social media has become so prominent with children, okay? What are some of the negative effects emotionally that you're seeing with kids and social media?
Well, I would say something that most people don't think of first is that social media has a tremendous amount of propaganda and false information in it. And so just watching that all the time gives you such a skewed view of the world and alienates you in many ways from your family. That I think that's an extraordinary thing to be concerned about.
Okay. Anything else that you can think of that would be...
Well, we know that social media is connected to levels of anxiety, higher levels of depression, and we know that social media rarely is helpful. Most of the time creates trouble with self-esteem and a sense of not being good enough, particularly in terms of looks.
Right, because you're comparing yourself to people who are only putting out their best, their best photos in the best light through a filter, and you're thinking that that's reality when in fact it's a distorted view of reality.
It is distorted, but even it's much more concerning than that. And I would encourage people, if they wanted to get a sense of part of what really is going on, is to watch a documentary called The Social Dilemma. I taught a class on propaganda last year, and one of the things we did was a documentary, and it is sobering.
Yeah, I've actually watched that program. It is very alarming. All right, we do have a question. This question comes from Tammy Peterson. No, I'm sorry. This question comes from Debbie Crutchfield. She says, what imbalance causes OCD?
I don't think of imbalance in terms of OCD, but that's such a great question that opens a wider topic, which is this story that people have believed for decades, that there is a chemical imbalance in your brain that causes mental illness, particularly depression. And the thing that is surprising for many people is that idea never once had any empirical evidence that supports it, ever. And so the idea of I have a chemical balance and that's why I have a mental illness has always been entirely inaccurate. It's been promoted to sell treatments, you might think, but there is no chemical imbalance that we can tie down as a cause of depression or anxiety or OCD or similar.
Interesting. Okay. Lisa Blake asks, Dr. Alison, my son just finished a 30-day rehab program for alcohol. He detoxed and stayed there 30 days. I'm very excited for his ongoing recovery. What Solle products do you recommend to help him?
Oh, that's a great idea. I would say definitely Solle Vital This is, educational, informative. Soul Vital and the Neuro IM and the SoulFlex PI. And I'm thinking in terms of brain recovery and full body recovery and anti-inflammatory. And those would be things that I would use myself if I thought that that's what I needed, not in terms of medical advice, to be clear.
Right. Just suggestion. Well, and I will add to that I know that Rachel Bragg has commented that one thing that helped her with her cravings and addiction was cinnamate. It really curbed the cravings for her. So again, that might be something that you may want to try. Let's see. Carla Laskowski asks, what is your favorite Soul Natural supplement? So here's an easy one for you.
Well, I do love that cinnamate, but it's kind of tied kind of close with the Avant Greens, which also tastes delicious, but does everything that I want for my body every day.
Excellent. All right. Now, I jumped the gun a little bit with Tammy Peterson, but she now has a question. Tammy Peterson wants to know, what are the best Soul products for high blood pressure? Again, just informationally.
Mm-hmm. I think you could look at Soul Clear SI as a great player in that, because many of the herbs in Soul Clear SI will help lower blood pressure. But also cinnamate, the yerba mate in there tends to lower blood pressure, unlike many caffeinated drinks that tend to raise blood pressure. So those two would be something to think about. And again, I'm going to bring up the Avant Greens, because the tonic herbs in there, as well as the adaptogens, will all work together to help with blood.
All right. Well, we have time for two more questions. So, let's say Rosa Nunez asks, my friend took Power Cheat for the first time. She actually felt very sleepy. Instead of having more energy, she felt sleepy. Was that just her body adjusting, balancing? Or what could cause something like that? The opposite effect of what you were expecting.
I think that we can't come up with a particular cause, because it's such an individual thing. We could make some hypotheses, and one might be, yeah, your body might be quote unquote adjusting, although that's so imprecise. It really, as someone who considers himself a little bit scientific, I don't like the imprecision there of your body's adjusting. Other things might be that you are more tired than you think you are, and your whole life is kind of more tired. And so this product is kind of helping you see that. I'm trying to think of another thing. It might be a thyroid thing.
Right. Well,
Sometimes
and don't
people have
adaptogens
reported
kind of
that.
work that way? They provide the nutrition for what the body is kind of needing and craving at that particular time, and maybe what the body needs more than anything is to be able to relax and sleep so that the body can recover, therefore have more energy. I don't know. I'm
Right.
just
If you
throwing
think
out a
of the
hypothesis.
right, I think if you think of adaptogens as having uh, a large amount of potential nutrients that can be selected for. And like if you're going to eat vitamin C, you're not going to be able to absorb more vitamin C than you, right? The rest gets excreted. And so it's with an adaptogen, what you need is there. You're going to take what you need. If you don't need it, then you won't take it, but you need most of that stuff. And so it might be her body is receiving something from this nutrient, this really dense nutrient, that are needed, and that might be.
Could be that. Okay. One final question, and I saw two people ask the same question. And they're asking about products that would help with someone who is just starting menopause. So both Pamela and Maria asked about products that might help somebody who is just beginning menopause.
Right. And to me, that's such an easy answer. It's got to be the Soul Maca. And I can vouch for that it really helps, um, from start to finish, all the way around, in terms of all the things you need as a woman, from when you're small to when you're old. And certainly, maca is well known for its help with menopause, not just the physical adjustment, but the emotional and mental cognitive adjustments as well.
Perfect. Perfect.
And I
Well,
wouldn't
thank
be
you,
afraid to
Allison.
do plenty of it. I take plenty of that maca, right?
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Okay.
So the reason that I wanted to do this Ask Allison segment is because it's my way of introducing a new podcast that Allison is going to be doing, which is going to be called Ask Allison. And we are going to collect questions that people have regarding anything. Okay. Whether it's herbal questions, whether it's adaptogen questions, whether it's question about mental health. And then we're going to have a podcast once a month where Allison is going to answer your questions. And again, just like my Your Body, Your Mind, Your Life podcast, we're going to have another new podcast that Dr. Allison is going to host, and she's going to answer your questions. And she'll probably have some guests on, and they will ask her questions. But this will be a lot of fun. And this was a fun segment. Thanks, everyone, for chatting in your questions. And thank you, Allison, for taking the time to answer those questions. Thanks. All right, a couple more things I wanted to share with you tonight. We have several events coming up that I think you're going to want to know about and that you're going to want to participate in. The first one is coming up in October, and it is our Soul Leadership Summit. And that will be October 6th through the 8th. In Provo, Utah. The registration for that event is just $99. Okay, $99, and we're going to have some incredible breakout sessions, interactive breakout sessions, team building exercises, and we're going to have a featured keynote speaker who is Noelle Pikus-Pace, who is a two-time world champion and Olympic silver medalist in skeleton. If you don't know what skeleton is, it's like a one-man luge. You're just like head first on a sled going down the luge run. And she was the two-time world champion in that. And while she was doing that, she was running her own business, raising 4 kids, and doing all of that. And so she shares a lot of information about life balance, which apparently she knows quite a bit about. So that will be our Soul Summit. So make sure that you register. Registration is open through September. Okay, it will end the end of September because we kind of got to know our attendance by then. But you'll want to be part of that because right now we have qualifications going on for an event that will take place at the end of our Success Summit. And that is the Red Rock Rally. And this is a one-of-a-kind event that you do not want to miss. And as I said, qualifications are ongoing. And the way you qualify is by enrolling new people, inviting new people to join the Soul family. And the qualifications run from March to June. You need to complete 5,000 in total enrollment volume during the qualification period. What does that mean? It means every order that is a new enrollment counts toward that $5,000 over that 4-month period. And any reorders that any new enrollments make during that 4-month period also count toward your 5,000. Okay, and if you meet that 5,000, you get a trip for 2 to the Red Rock Rally. Can we go back one slide? I wanted to show you, again, the dates for that are October 9th through the 12th. So at the conclusion of the summit, those who have qualified, we're all going to be boarding buses, and we're going to be riding that bus to Ruby's Inn and Bryce Canyon National Park, and you're going to be able to hang out with the founders. If you're into hiking or biking or riding horses, exploring, you can do all of that. If you are more of I just kind of want to drive and see the scenery, or I want to sit in my hotel room, walk outside, and enjoy the beautiful natural scenery of a national park, you can do that as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a chance to rest, recharge, and enjoy the scenery. It's going to be an incredible event. So again, those 2 events together, you want to be part of you want to register for the summit, and you want to make sure you qualify right now to attend the Red Rock Rally. And here's my tip. Do as much work as possible in March and April, because the farther you are ahead in March and April, the more new enrollments are going to be making those reorders in May and June. And so it's going to be easy if you do your work early in March and April to meet that $5,000 number or 5,000 QV number, because you'll have these reorders coming in May and June. So this is the month to really get started and get qualified for the Red Rock Rally. One more announcement that we have made recently is the inclusion of a brand new event. And it is designed for our Soul Leader 5Ks, and we're calling it Soul Ignite. And this event is the first of the Soul Ignites events is actually going to take place in May 18th to 20th, 2023, so a little more than a year from now. And again, this will take place in Provo, Utah, and it is designed for new Soul Leader 5Ks and above. And the way you qualify for this event is just achieve the rank of Soul Leader 5K or Soul Leader 7K, 10K, 15K for the first time, and then maintain that rank for 3 consecutive months. And then the final requirement is that you have to be at least Soul Leader 5K in April or the month prior to the next Soul Ignite event. If you do those 3 things, you can attend our Soul Ignite event, or what we're actually going to do is we're going to give you $1,000 of a kind of a travel allowance toward attendance, and that $1,000 should cover everything at the Soul Ignite event. Should cover your airfare, hotel stay, and pretty much all of your meals as well. The great thing about the Soul Ignite is that it's a chance to really learn what Soul is all about. Not only are you going to meet the founders and you're going to meet some of our Soul elites and Soul leaders, but there's going to be third-party people and business leaders that are going to come and teach you leadership skills. You're also going to get the chance to tour our Soul manufacturing facility, which is an incredible opportunity. And that will, I think, even more endear you or endear these new Soul Leader 5Ks to Soul Naturals when they see how the products are produced and the care and the expertise that goes into producing our products and manufacturing them. They're going to be even more impressed with the company, I believe. And the cool thing, I think, about this Soul Ignite event is that this is going to happen on an ongoing basis. And so there will be individual classes. You'll get to associate with the new Soul leaders that are in your same class, same time period. And we'll even have a yearbook, okay, for you to sign and keep in touch with your classmates, okay, that attend the Soul Ignite with you. And you can kind of help each other as you develop and you progress to become Soul Leader 15Ks, get the car allowance, then on to Soul Elites. And we kind of want to build a support group for all of our new Soul Leader 5Ks that they can kind of lean back on in addition to their mentor. But you'll be working side by side with these people who are in the same situation that you're in, the same level of growth that you're in Soul Naturals. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you're excited about it. We hope even if you're a Soul Leader, 10K, 15K, and you've already achieved that rank, or you're a Soul Elite, we hope that you will still attend with your new Soul Leader 5Ks. And we hope you're excited about this new event because I think it's really going to help you grow your business. So again, all you need to do, get to that rank, maintain it for 3 consecutive months, and then be at least Soul Leader 5K the month prior to the Soul Ignite event, which in 2023 will be April. So those are the 3 events. Those are the announcements that we have tonight. The final announcement is our next Inside Soul will be on April 5th, and same time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I want to thank Dr. Alison for coming on and answering your questions. And I want to thank all of you for joining us for Inside Soul. And we will see you next time. And remember, until then, it's your body, your mind, your life. Good night.